it's interesting, this whole idea about being attracted to someone other than your spouse. I was likely married less than 2 years. The first time I experienced that, and I'm thinking, golly, that's a sharp person. She's really attractive, or whatever. I don't remember the details. I can't even tell you who it was. I just remember the feeling I had in my heart. I mean, I got this amazing, great wife. She's gorgeous, and what am I doing being attracted?
Yeah.
I mean, like what is going on? What's wrong with me? And I was trying to dissect myself and thinking, and because this is before any of the training I've now got. But I want you to tell you that weird feeling I had, and I had to get over the fact that just because I was married didn't mean I would never be attracted.
Exactly.
to
You're not
someone
dead.
else. I'm not,
Isn't that the truth?
I'm not dead. That's right. But we have to find these boundaries, these safe places,
Exactly.
right? And
Yeah.
so what really makes a marriage vulnerable?
If you keep secrets.
Okay.
Secrets get you in trouble. And if you aren't able to talk with your spouse about some of those normal experiences, they stay in your brain.
Okay, what is a normal
Well,
experience?
we're talking about attractions.
Right.
Even though you're married, this would be a normal experience. When men or women are working together, working out together, serving together, feeding the poor together, exercising together, they're going to have these attractions. You're not dead. They're just normal.
But it's not with everybody.
No,
Right.
it's not. But if you can normalize that in your marriage, you can figure out what it is about that person that makes this attraction resonate inside you.
I'm still back on the secrets and you saying this. So you're telling me I go work out at the gym and I go home and tell my husband, oh man, honey, there's this guy. I'm telling you.
Well, if you do that like that,
I'm just not picturing this going
that
well.
won't go well. No, but now hang on here.
Okay.
But what you need to do is agree together ahead of time, not when you're having this attraction or taking it home for the first time and dropping this bomb, but you agree together ahead of time that we're going to talk about this kind of stuff because it is normal. Now, here's an illustration. The gal I work with who does all my PowerPoints, she lives in Wisconsin. So I was talking about this with her, and I said, does this make any sense to you, Sue? She said, yep. That's why we moved out of Southern California, because I couldn't get over this attraction. Okay.
Okay, I'm still struggling.
Okay.
I'm still saying what determines what I tell my husband, what I don't, because, and especially men who are so visual, I don't want him coming home day after day after day.
No, he's using it at that point, okay? He is actually milking it. He's cultivating this, okay? Now, we're not talking about that. We're talking about spontaneous attractions that kind of surprise you, startle you.
Right.
You've got a happy marriage. There's no reason to feel. You're not needy or anything, but this suddenly surfaces.
Yeah, but there's times when you are in a struggling marriage and you are needy, and that makes you more vulnerable because we talked about that.
It does. It does. Right.
Okay.
But secrets is don't get away from the fact.
Right.
Secrets are what really get people in trouble.
Now let's go to some of these vulnerable marriage styles.
Okay.
Some of these marriages are vulnerable. Why? We talked about, I like them, the windshield washer, the wiper thing. Talk about it.
Well, we call them intimacy avoidant. They have a tendency to clean the windshield. They're very effective, efficient. Yeah. They go back and forth, but they never move towards each other. They never touch. They never move towards each other.
They hang out together.
That's right.
They're compatible because they've agreed to stay this far apart.
And the way they keep themselves apart is through criticism, making snide remarks.
Tit for tat.
Tit for tat.
Yeah.
Raising the bar if somebody performs. They just never move towards each other.
But then there's the dial tone one. I like that. I mean,
Yeah.
because I've counseled enough people that the dial tone was, this thing is boring.
Yeah.
I mean, fill it in.
Yeah, and so they are basically a conflict avoidant. They won't allow for any disturbance, any disruption. Everybody has to believe the same, think the same, do the same. You've seen one member of that family, you've seen them all. Okay, so basically, they don't allow for any differences. Now that's very troubling because somebody will come along. In fact, I use this analogy. Marriages, a long-term marriage is like the moon and the earth. And you face the moon the same side. You don't see the dark side of the moon or the other side of the moon unless you go to space. And the same way about marriages. In order to become efficient and effective, you go through life with the same schedule, facing each other the same way. But there's fully half of you that you don't know. And somebody will come along and touch you on the unexplored side.
Okay, but I don't want to be a moon and an earth. I want to orbit. I want to get to the other side.
Right. So you need to find out more about each other all the time. You need to make an effort to explore each other, to allow each other to share new thoughts with your spouse, to not be threatened when they decide to think a little differently, maybe outside the norm. because there's a lot to each one of us that's unexplored.
Okay, challenges, but you know what? It's still all what we're hungering for. We're hungering to be able to have someone we don't have to have secrets with. But you've got to stay with us because you know what? We live in a close call culture. It is all around us, and we want to keep talking about it.